So this is wild ginger, a native semi-evergreen plant that can grow in the shade, and as you can see makes a fantastic ground cover with these beautiful glossy leaves, heart-shaped kind of leaves and so forth. And it never grows tall. This is only a few inches tall right here, and so it makes a fantastic shady ground cover. It is called wild ginger because it has a very ginger-like taste. I think actually it's very, very close, although some people caution that it's not exactly like ginger, not to use it always as a substitute. And once a year it produces little flowers. The flowers are interesting looking in that they look like little little brown tricorn hats or whatever. These flowers don't, they're underneath the leaves. They're sometimes hard to see, and there's good reason for that, and that is not trying to attract your typical pollinator. What these guys are trying to attract are things like carrion beetles and ground beetles, which are their main pollinators. And if they're lucky and they do have a visit, then it'll form a seed pod, which has an elaiosome, a kind of growth on the seed itself made out of protein and lipid, which is very, very attractive to certain species of ants that then carry the seed into their bins, eat the elaiosome, but throw away the seeds into their bins, and those form some nice new colonies of them. But for the most part, they spread via, they just divide and keep spreading vegetatively. So that's why it makes such a fantastic little ground cover, particularly in difficult, very shady areas, because it can take a very good shade, even as long as it's moist. Wild ginger, an edible and sometimes considered medicinal plant that makes a great ground cover for woodland situations with very unusual plants that don't attract your typical pollinator. Oh, and by the way, even though people have suggested, because it looks like rotting meat, doesn't have a pretty flavor, doesn't have a pretty color or anything like that, or an odor, that it's attractive to flies and ground beetles, but this has never been proven, so who knows? There may be more to the story than we've investigated so far.